up, y'all? It's your girl Roxy with Roxy Says, and we're going to talk about it. Today, we are reviewing The Ultimatum, South Africa, episodes 1, 2, and 3. So let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you are made aware every time I post a new video, okay? So I've only seen episodes 1 to 3 as of this video. Please, no spoilers in the comments. I want to be able to watch this without knowing what's going to happen. So please, 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 no spoilers. Okay, so I had to review The Ultimatum South Africa. Y'all were not playing with me. Every single thing I posted, the comments were like, girl, we don't care what you're talking about. Review The Ultimatum South Africa. So I am here with my review. The majority of us know the premise of The Ultimatum. We have 6 couples who have been together for a varying amount of time. Some people 1 year, some people 7 years, some people 6 months, okay? One person within each of the couples wants to get married right now and the other does not. So the couples have come to the ultimatum. They'll be swapping partners and having a 3-week trial marriage with someone else. Then after those 3 weeks are completed, they're going to get back with their original partner and have another trial marriage for 3 weeks. And at the end of this whole ordeal, they will decide if they will marry the partner who they came with, start something new with their trial partner, or leave by themselves, okay? Like, what can go wrong? What can possibly go wrong? So side note, as soon as I saw the host, I was like, I know this man from somewhere. I know this man from somewhere, and I just couldn't ignore it. I couldn't help myself, so I had to look it up. I got on Google, and I remembered that I saw him in a Tubi movie like 2 weeks ago called Homewrecker. It was really good. So shout out to him and his wife, Salamina, have been married for 15 years. Okay, so let's meet the couples. First, we have Tabby and Genesis. They've been together for 7 years. Tabby wants to get married, but Genesis is blaming the delay on a lack of finances. Haven't we heard this excuse before? A lot, right? Tabby feels like if Genesis is able to save up for other investments, then why can't he prioritize marriage and save up for that? Good point, okay? Next, we have Kanya and Nkateko. Let me say this as well. I might mess the names up, okay? Let me apologize in advance. Don't want to offend anyone. I might mess some of the names up. I have rewinded multiple times so that I could try to get the names right. I still might mess it up. Please don't take any offense to it, okay? So we have Kanya and Nkateko. They've only been together for 1 year, but she issued the ultimatum to him. And I do feel like that's a bit soon to be issuing an ultimatum. But in addition to that, I was actually surprised that she was the one issuing the ultimatum because by the looks of it, she doesn't seem like she really likes him. And I got this from the first scene, but we'll soon find out that she don't really like anybody, okay? Even in this scene, she also says that he wasn't even her type to begin with. And I'm like, okay, it seems like he still isn't, sis. Next, we have Ruth and Isaac. They've been together for 2 years. Ruth is the one who's issuing the ultimatum to Isaac. And baby, when Ruth said this,
I am actually giving Isaac the ultimatum because I can't come where you stay. I don't know where you stay with. I can't meet your family members and I can't call you. I must only text. So it's a problem.
I was flabbergasted, okay? So you mean to tell me you've been with this man for 2 years and you can't call him, you can only text him, you haven't been to his home, you haven't met his family, and you want to get married to him? Why? It seems like you're trying to marry a complete stranger. Is he a spy? What's going on? Isaac's reasoning for this is that in his culture, you can only bring a woman to your home when she is your wife. And he also says that even though they've been together for 2 years, a lot of their relationship has been long distance. So if you really count it, it's really only been 8 months. Okay, I don't like that excuse. I don't like that excuse at all. And back to your culture and your family. Does your culture also only allow you to text message? You can't call? I can totally understand him saying that he can only bring a wife home to his family. Okay, I can totally understand that. But the only text, not call, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, okay? This couple is already giving a hell no, but we shall see. Next, we have Lebo and Nola. They've been together for 1.5 years. Nola thinks that her man is a flirt, and he claims that she only thinks that because of insecurities from previous relationships. Next, we have Courtney and Aiden. They have been together for 7 years, and Courtney is issuing the ultimatum. She is ready for marriage, but Aiden is afraid of divorce because he feels like divorce is a lot harder than just a regular breakup. I think 7 years is more than enough time to issue an ultimatum. Actually, I think she should have been left, but yeah. Next, we have Lindile and Sizikele. They've been together for a long, whopping 6 months. 6 months, okay? First of all, people usually don't even start showing their ass till the 6-month mark. Why are you trying to get married at 6 months? I don't understand why. But this is the first couple where we have the man issuing the ultimatum. So Lindile is the one who wants to get married. And SZA, they call her SZA on the show for short, SZA is the one who has apprehensions about getting married. And we also find out that Lindile is the one who brought up marriage after only 3 months of being together. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary, but he claims that he knows what he wants. So, okay, we shall see. So the couples are now separating and they have a week to date each other so that they can find the partner who they will go into their 3-week trial marriage with. One thing I didn't get to see that I have seen in previous seasons of The Ultimatum was the couples discussing the do's and don'ts of that 3-week trial marriage. I've seen couples say no kissing, no touching, no sex, but we didn't see any of those conversations. Not to say that they didn't happen, but we didn't see it. So now we get to see everyone dating and they're vibing, but Kanya seems very uninterested. She reminds me of Raquel from The Ultimatum. If y'all remember her, she kept talking about her job, her job, her job. Kanya is very similar because she is telling everyone that she's an entrepreneur.
What do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh, nice.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an entrepreneur.
So what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur, okay. So you're a workaholic.
No, I'm not.
I feel like I'm just irritating her.
But overall, she was very unpleasant. And I'm like, girl, do you want people to like you? Are you trying to push people away? Because that's what it's giving. So we see the couples bonding more and more. They went on a roller skating date. And we get this awkward conversation between Lindile and Sizikele. He doesn't want her to call him baby. He doesn't want her to tell him, I love you. None of that, okay?
But baby, I don't know.
Can we refrain from calling each other baby?
Okay. Okay, I'll try. It's not easy. I'm dating you because I love you.
Refrain from that, please.
Refrain from?
Hold your feelings.
From talking about my feelings.
And I'm like, isn't this the guy who brought up marriage just 3 months into the relationship? And now within a couple of days, he's like, okay, don't tell me you love me. Don't call me baby. I'm kind of giving him the side eye. Now we see Ruth and Nola and they're making a connection, and we see Nola ask Ruth if she will be his missus. And I'm like, ooh, la, 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 la. They're definitely getting close. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, ooh, Lindile is not going to be happy about this because Lindile was also eyeing Ruth as well. Next, we see the couples. They go on a fun salsa date. Everyone's dancing, they're touching, they're laughing. But later that night, it seems as if Kanya may have had too good of a time because her ex, Nkateko, pulls her aside and he lets her know that he feels a bit jealous to see other men making her laugh.
He wants me all to himself.
I can't deny that I do care about you. It got me emotional seeing other men laugh with you. I feel a bit selfish, but I enjoy being the only man making you laugh.
You've got gift of gab. You know how to talk.
And I feel like the reason why he feels like that is because it's not easy to make her laugh. It's not easy to make her laugh. So he knows once another man is able to put a smile on her face, that she might actually like him. But he wants to make it clear to her that he loves her and he wants to be with her. But Kanye is not trying to hear it. And she also lets it be clear that she's not waiting another December to be married. Mind you, these two have only been together for 1 year. Like I said before, I think that's a bit soon. But what I will say is I do like that Kanya knows what she wants and she takes the stance that, okay, if you can't give me what I want, that's fine. I'll find someone else who can. Okay, I do like that about her, even though overall she rubs me the wrong way, okay? So that was episode 1. Now we're on to episode 2, and there's only 2 days left for everyone to make the decision of who they're gonna pick for their 3-week trial marriage. We see Nola and Tabi, they're flirting very heavy, and that makes Lebo upset. She finds it very disrespectful. And I always give people the side eye on The Ultimatum when they get upset to see their partner flirting with other people, because it's like, if you can't handle that, why come on the show? Like me, I couldn't do a show like this. It's not happening. So when couples come on this show and they see their partner flirting and they get upset, like remember, what was it, Ashley and Brian from the last Ultimatum? What was that her name? Ashley? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna put a clip in here.
You know what? You can go ahead and talk to me, girl. I really don't care.
Wow.
Talk to me. Girl, talk to the man.
We see who's
Don't talk to me.
We see who.
I'm done.
Acted a complete fool. don't come on the show. Nola feels that Lebo is being unfair with this experience, but I can also see that Nola seems to be going out of his way to flirt with other women in front of her. I think that there's a respectful way for the couples to engage in this experience without trying to make your partner upset, unless that's your goal. And the way that this scene played out, it seemed like that was Nola's goal. Because why are y'all sitting across from each other? Why are y'all in close proximity to each other when you know that you might overhear something that will upset you? Next, we see Tabi. She has a very emotional moment after seeing her ex Genesis flirting. So Aiden, who is such a sweetheart, he comes to her, he starts comforting her, he's asking her if she's okay. And this is not the first time that we've seen Aiden comforting one of the ladies. And that moment really causes Tabi to look at him differently and look at him as a potential partner for the trial marriage. So now we have finally made it to the morning of the pairing dinner, and the exes are having a few final dates before they make their decision. We see Lindele, and he has a date to spend some extra quality time with Ruth because he feels like he didn't get enough time with her, and if he did, they could have really had a strong connection. So now Ruth is torn after her date with him because she feels like she's really been enjoying her time with Nola, but now she's kind of feeling Lindele. Next, we see Tabi. She meets up with Aiden, and Aiden is really sweet, but in all honesty, I really don't see any chemistry with Aiden and any of the ladies. Ciao. So now it is finally time for the pairing dinner. And as you can imagine, emotions are running very high. So we see everyone letting the hosts know how the week has been and why they are picking who they are picking. The first couple that we get is Ruth and Nola. Next, Courtney surprises us and picks Genesis. I definitely thought that she was gonna pick Nkateko, and clearly so did he, because he was a bit shocked when Courtney did not pick him because she was his first pick.
Genesis to go into this trial marriage.
Wow. I hope you don't regret the decision of not choosing me.
After Courtney picks Genesis, he gives a little speech and he says that he does have a connection with Courtney, and he mentions that he has a very strong connection with Sizagele. But even with that being said, he still picks Courtney, okay? And baby, Sizagele does not take that rejection too well. She gets up from the table, she leaves, she's crying, she's really upset about being rejected by Genesis. Now we are at episode 3. Episode 3 opens up with Sizagele still being upset, still crying, and she's telling the host, Salamina, how much she loves and misses Lindile. This experience and being rejected is really making it clear to her how much she loves her man, okay? And Lindile is saying he really wishes that he can go to her and comfort her, which he can. So him saying that like he can't do it is not true, because we've seen in past seasons exes comforting their exes, okay? But he sits at the table and he's just like, while his ex is over there crying after being rejected. Meanwhile, at the table, Kanya is asking Tabi why she told her to comfort Sizagele, okay? When Sizagele had got up and ran from the table, Tabi had nudged over to Kanya and said, hey, go comfort her, see if she's okay.
Kanya, go comfort her a bit.
And Kanya was like,
Why? I gotta do that.
I can't stand her. She's so mean. But anyways, when Sizagele comes back to the table, she chooses Nkateko to do her trial marriage with. The hosts turn and ask Nkateko who he's connected with, and he says that he has a connection with Tabi and Sizagele. I didn't miss how he conveniently left out that Courtney was also one of his top picks, but I guess because she already rejected him and picked Genesis, he was like, no need to talk about that. But child, when he started talking about having a connection with both Tabi and SZA, I said, child, if SZA gets rejected again, she might just grab her man Lindile, get up, say F this, and go home and get married, okay? She just might do that. But he does pick her, and of course, SZA is very happy. But remember, she's not his first pick, and he's not her first pick, okay? But Kanya definitely feels a way about this little union.
Yeah, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna work. There's something ingenuine about the coupling, giving me fake vibes.
Next, we see Lebo, and she chooses Isaac, but Isaac declines Lebo and chooses Kanya. And I'm like, what? Now, it can be editing. Maybe these two had a moment and we didn't see it. Maybe they had a deep connection and they just edited it out. But baby, in all honesty, I thought that Kanya would be leaving this dinner alone because I didn't see her connect with anyone. I didn't even see her have a pleasant conversation with anyone. So for him to pick her over Lebo, I was like, okay. Kanya also chooses Isaac, and she says that she's had the strongest connection with him, and all of the other guys were very boring. So after being turned down by Isaac, we learn that Lebo's second choice is Aiden, and Aiden says that although his top two choices are Tabi and Lebo, he's going to go with Lebo. Next, we see Tabi and Lindile, and they're discussing why they think that they'll make a good match. And Lindile makes it clear that he will not be holding back during this trial marriage, okay? So now the 6 new couples are off. They're heading to their apartments to start their trial marriage. Everyone's getting acquainted. They're unpacking. They're figuring out their sleeping situations. And Isaac was very eager for bedtime with Kanya, okay? And Kateko and Sizagele, they're really cute so far. They get all cuddled up in the bed. They seem very comfortable with each other immediately. And even the next day when they chatted, you can see the butterflies on both ends. They're really giddy, they're really playful. And we see them share a kiss, no tongue, but it's still a cute little kiss, okay? We see Isaac and Kenya start bonding. We see Genesis cooking for Courtney. And it seems like so far all is well with all of the couples. Next, we see Ruth and Nola. They have dinner. She cooked for him. And he says that that is the best food that he has eaten in a long time. I said, ooh, shots fired. But they then get into a deeper conversation where he tells Ruth that he would have loved to have dinner with his mother because unfortunately his mother passed away when he was only 3 years old, so he never knew her. And on top of that, she passed away on his 3rd birthday. So I can only imagine how hard that is to deal with every year, knowing that your birthday is also the anniversary of when your mom passed away. And he also says that that's why in all of his relationships, he makes sure to treat women well because he didn't have the love of a mother. So he wants to give that love to all women that he encounters. But then he also says that aside from having dinner with his mom, he would love to have dinner with Michael Jackson.
I would love to have dinner with Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson.
Okay, all right. But we can definitely see that Ruth and Nola are growing closer because on the first night, she made him keep his distance in that bed. But oh, baby, not tonight. Not tonight. These two shared a kiss and then some.
All right, even bright lights got a dark side.
And this is confirmed the next day in Nola's confessional.
And then one thing led to another. And yeah, we did it.
But I don't know if Ruth enjoyed it too much because we see Ruth telling Nola that he has to sleep on the couch from now on. And in all honesty, it looks like Ruth regrets it. See, on the Ultimatum, we've seen couples do a little hanky-panky before, right, during the trial marriage. And even though they're not proud of it or happy about it or they feel a little guilty about it, there's still a smirk of like,
it was good though.
Ruth, I'm not getting that vibe. It looks like 1,000% regret. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Next, we see Courtney, Kanya, and Tabi. They link up by the pool for a little chat. Courtney is complaining about Genesis. She says that he doesn't help around the house. And Tabi's like, yeah, that was an issue that I had with him. I thought maybe he'd be different with a different woman, but clearly that's just who he is, okay? He doesn't help me cook. He doesn't help me clean. Meanwhile, the other dudes, Isaac and Ndile, they're at the place. They're cooking, they're cleaning, they're helping out around the house. Love that for them. Kanya then tells the ladies that she can see why her ex and Kateko and Sizagele got together because they're both fake. Yeah, she called her own man fake.
So you think Kay's fake?
He is.
Well, Kanya feels like SZA came for her man because she thought that Kanya was coming for her man, okay? And she feels like throughout the experience, SZA has been giving her looks. And I'm like, I didn't see that. I definitely feel like if there was some sort of rivalry, production would have made sure to show us, the viewers, that. I didn't see that at all. I think that Kanya is just being her usual unpleasant, mean girl, everyone hates me, everyone's a hater self. And even Tabi says that she doesn't think that it's that deep, but Kanya is convinced that Sizagele has it out for her. Next, we see SZA and Nkateko, and they're discussing kids. SZA says that she does not want kids, but when Nkateko says that he sees himself having kids in about 7 years, then she's like, oh, okay, that sounds good.
When do you want to have kids?
Tomorrow.
You're with the wrong person.
No, I'm playing. Maybe the next 7 years. Maybe.
Okay. That's a shame.
So that is definitely something that SZA is going to have to reconcile within herself. Because is it that you don't want kids, period, or you just don't want kids now? That's a big difference. And Nkateko feels like deep down SZA really does want kids. So if he leans into the relationship with that expectation, they end up being together, and then she changes her mind, it can get quite complicated. But she says that she has a fear of having kids because of her childhood. She was always alone, and she's always expecting people to leave her. But then we later see them having dinner, and Nkateko, he reiterates that he doesn't want to have kids anytime soon, even though in their previous conversation, he did say that he wanted kids like yesterday, but then he says no, not for a couple of years. So maybe that's something that he also needs to reconcile too. Like, when do you want kids? Do you want them sooner rather than later, or is it really 7 years? I don't know. But he also says that he actually is ready for marriage. It's just a matter of marrying the right person, and that I can understand because remember, him and Kanye have only been together for 1 year, and Kanye is extremely unpleasant, okay? So I can totally understand why he's not ready to marry her. I have no qualms about that at all. But you can already see that Nkateko is falling for SZA, and he's really reevaluating his relationship with Kanye. You can see that he really, really likes SZA. Meanwhile, we see Isaac. He takes Kanye out on a date, and he lets her know that he has a surprise for her when they get back to their apartment. When they get back, child, he has the rose petals on the floor. He has a bouquet of roses for her. She loves it. She loves it. And it looks like they have a time, okay? Because they start kissing, they touching, and then they close the door, and the rest will be in episode 4, okay? So that is episodes 1 to 3 so far. Let me know what you think. Once again, please, no spoilers. I'm going to watch the next episodes right after I post this. So let's discuss episodes 1, 2, and 3 only in the comments. Let me know who your favorite couples are thus far, who your least favorite couples and people are thus far. I'm sure y'all can already tell who my least favorite person is, okay? And as usual, we'll talk about it all in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell before you leave. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.
Roxy says we're gonna talk